Welcome back to another review. This time for the anime Catch Me at the Ballpark. This one had 12 episodes and was airing in spring of 2025. Synopsis from my anime list. For Kotaro Murata, an overworked salaryman, his local ballpark is the only place where he can truly unwind from his arduous daily life. One evening, he is approached by Ruriko, the new lively beer vendor, trying to sell her first drink to him. Kotaro accepts Ruriko's offer, marking the start of their friendship and lots of playful teasing. While Kotaro tries to enjoy baseball to the fullest and Ruriko diligently seeks for more customers, many fans with heartwarming stories of their own come to fill the ballpark and enjoy the space that brings them all together. Now, apart from the synopsis, Ruriko, which is the blonde girl, and Murata, which is, the boy on the bottom left, they seemingly are the main characters. However, they are in the show for like 20%. Most of the show is, spent on other characters. Now, how this show is structured, you have like in an episode you have like 3 short stories back to back, and some of them are with Ruriko, some of them are with some of the other girls. I believe they're called beer girls. Some of them are spent with other characters in the stadium. We have a story about our mascot, we have a story about I believe he has some responsibility with the ball girls. We get some, short stories about some of the players, some of the other characters that work at the ballpark. We get a lot of different, views of what goes on in the ballpark and why a baseball game is going on. We get to see the announcer. Again, we get to see some of the vendors. We get to see a lot of the ball girls. We get to see security, we get to see these players, we get to see the manager, a lot of different views. It is pretty enjoyable, I have to say. I'm not really a baseball fan, I'm not really a sports fan at all. And still pretty enjoyable. We get to also see a little bit about, or hear a little bit about baseball itself. Not a lot, but you get a little bit of technical stuff, and it's pretty enjoyable. The short stories and not lingering on characters too much is pretty well done. We get to see relationships, we also get to see like partners of some of the players. It is really interesting to see how it is being made or being displayed in this case. Because we do have like, this relationship is a little bit rom-com-y, to be honest, but we also have like some of the ball girls, they're just, they just do the job. Some of them want to go into, they are doing some higher education to get a future job. You have like this girl here as example, she is manning one of the food stalls. Then we get to, she is going to meet some of other fans, and which turns out some of those are in relationship with some of the players, so they come to, cheer them on, and we get some comedy stuff around that. It's mostly comedy. We get to see more about our mascot, who is called Sanshiro, which it didn't click for me that his number is his name, or his name is his number, one of the two. We get to see the announcers, their relationship. It is really interesting to see, really well made. It is mostly centered around, the stadium and baseball itself. We don't really get to see much outside, but what it is doing pretty well. And not much else to say. I did check some of the references. This is always interesting to see. I I forgot which team it was, but you can, if you want to, check, because Motor Suns, which is the baseball team, is naturally not real. But the stadium is 1-to-1. You can see it online, because in animes they like to, more or less, I wouldn't say sketch, but they take heavy inspiration from real life areas. So it's pretty well probably pretty nice to see if you can see the real one. Yeah, enough yapping. People gave this one 7.18 on my anime list, and on any list 69 nice%. I would say I would give it a 7 out of 10. It is a high 7 out of 10. It is pretty enjoyable. It has a lot of comedy, a lot of different characters. There's not a big story development. There's not much going there. So if you want deep storytelling or, some interesting story, end of the world stuff, it's not here. It's comedy. You have like mini romance, and it's mostly comedy. And it is very endearing. It is very well done. If you can find it, I was unable to. There was a GIF running around, because there's one scene where we see all the beer girls, going into more or less like a station where they replace their tank for the beer. And this one is, I believe, more or less straight up copied from the real life, because there's a real life version of that. You can see how it really is being done, where they go in. It's like a pit stop, like in one of the racing games, in some of the racing sports, where they go in and you have like two guys. One guy is like propping up the little bag on her back, and then pulling it out. The other one is pushing it in, connecting everything. She's then checking. Someone else is giving her new cups. It is really interesting, very well optimized. So this one pretty enjoyable if you like, more comedy, slice of life stuff. This one is definitely pretty well done, a good watch. If you like baseball, you probably enjoy this a lot more than I did.